Hello and welcome to today's video. So it's been a while since I filmed and we've been pretty busy with Christmas here. Also, I'm due in I think 2 weeks now. So today is going to be all the books I read in December and then also a little mini book haul. I received 2 books for Christmas and then I ended up buying 2 books after Christmas. So I guess I will start with the books that I received as presents. The first one is Daughter of the Burning City by Amanda Foody. And this one I've heard a lot about. My friend Amber has read it and she said she liked it. And I just have been super intrigued by it. This was the only book I asked for Christmas. I didn't ask for any other ones. I have a ton of books, so I need to read the books I own. Okay, so this is about a 16-year-old Serena, and she's spent most of her life within the smoldering borders of the Gomera festival. Yet even among the many unusual members of the traveling circus city, Serena stands apart as the only illusion worker born in hundreds of years. This rare talent allows her to create illusions that others can see, feel, and touch, with personalities all their own. Her creations are her family, and together they make up the cast of the festival's freak show. But no matter how lifelike they may seem, her illusions are still just that, illusions, and they are not truly real. Or so she always believed, until one of them is murdered. Desperate to protect her family, Serena must track down the culprit and determine how they killed a person who doesn't actually exist. Her search for answers leads her to the self-proclaimed gossip worker, Luca. Their investigation sends them through a haze of political turmoil and forbidden romance, and into the most sinister corners of the festival. But as the killer continues murdering Serena's illusions one by one, she must unravel the horrifying truth before all her loved ones disappear. Sounds really good. The next one I got for Christmas is The Last Man, Book 1, and this is by Brian K. Vaughan, the same person who does Saga. In 2002, the world changes forever. Every man, every boy, every mammal with a Y chromosome everywhere on Earth suddenly collapses and dies. With the loss of more than half the planet's population, the gears of society grind to a halt and the world of women are left to pick up the pieces and try to keep civilization from collapsing entirely. This gender side, however, is not absolutely complete. For some unknown reason, one young man named Yorick Brown and his pet male monkey, Ampersand, are spared. Overnight, this anonymous 20-something becomes the most important person on the planet. The key, it is hoped, to unlocking the secret of the mysterious, sex-specific plague. For Yorick himself, the most important person on the planet is 10,000 miles away, and he will stop at nothing to find her. In setting off across the post-male landscape, however, man and monkey are about to learn just how valuable they are, both as a prize and as a target. Then the 2 books that I bought myself are graphic novels. The first one that I went there for was book 2, since I did read the first one, which I'll talk about in a minute. I have not started this one yet. I was going to start it, but then when I was at the bookstore, I saw Saga Volume 8, and I read this one when I got home. I started it and finished it that day because I was just so excited. I thought this was coming out in January, but when I went to the bookstore, it was on the shelves, and I was just so excited. I bought it and read it that day, and yes, this is Volume 8. This series I've talked about a lot. I've talked about it a lot. I wonder if I can find the video where I first started talking about it. So, now for the books I read in December and how I felt about them. So, I read one of the books I got for Christmas, and that's book 1 of The Last Man. I heard a lot about this, and I actually almost picked it up before I moved. Like, maybe a month or 2 before I moved. I almost picked this one up, but I ended up not getting it because I just didn't want to spend the money on it if I wasn't sure if I'd like it. Some people I saw on like Goodreads really don't like it, but some people really do. I personally enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting, a lot of fun. It makes you kind of think about like what would happen if one gender just completely got wiped out. The pages, some people complained about this, but I didn't really have a problem with it. The pages are just like paper, they're not shiny like in Saga. That didn't really bug me. I'll show you like the type of art style that it is. I don't want to spoil anything. Here. I don't think this is really spoiling anything. That's what it looks like. That's the kind of art style in it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think I gave it a 4 or a 5 out of 5. Oh, you took your diaper off. Come here, Gwen. I am back. That was exciting. So this one, it is expensive to get the book because there's 2 volumes in here. I think it's $26 Canadian. So if you don't really want to invest that much money into this series, definitely see if you can pick it up from the library or if you can read it for cheaper. I don't know if you see it for sale somewhere maybe. But I personally enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting. Some parts do get a bit slow, but I mean that's with any story, and then it does pick up. I liked it. Next, I read Saga Volume 8. I loved it. They always are just so emotional. I just love it. They really pull on all your emotions. This is an ongoing one, and this one's old and complete, I'm pretty sure. I really, really love Saga a lot. I am so happy I got it and read it. It is so good. Pretty much this series is about there's 2 main characters in it, and they fall in love, but they are from 2 different planets, and those planets are at war, and they've been at war for a very long time, and everyone is trying to track them down because they conceived a child. So December I didn't read a lot, but I loved all of the things I read. I only have 1 more book that I read. It's 3 more than I read in November though, so I'm happy with it. The final book I have to show you is The Language of Thorns, Midnight Tales and Dangerous Magic by Leigh Bardugo. This was amazing. I loved it, and even if you haven't finished all of her books, this is still amazing and just awesome. I have not read her trilogy, the Grisha trilogy, but I have read the Six of Crows duology. And I love her writing. It's amazing. I love the stories. I loved it. And it's also just gorgeous. The detail put into the border is amazing. And it gets more detailed as each story progresses. And then also it's just colored. I love it. It's so pretty. There's 6 stories in here, and some of them were, I think, available online already, but I never read them that way. And I just noticed that I guess each story belongs to like a certain area in her world. So the first story is Ayama. I'm awful with pronunciation. Ayama and the Thorn Wood by, and that one is Zemeni. Then the next 3 stories are for Ravken, and it's The Two Clever Fox, The Witch of Duva, and Little Knife. Then we have The Soldier Prince from Kirch, and Ferdin. We have When Water Sang Fire. And I thought there was another one. Oh, are you doing my makeup? Thank you for watching my December wrap-up and mini book haul. I don't know what I want to read in January, so I don't have a TBR for January. I haven't even thought about what I want to read.